we are doing kind of the same stuff as yesterday, except we're learning two new methods. Yesterday we did side, 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 and side, angle, side. To start off with, we're going to look at angle, side, angle. That's our third method. So if I have two angles and the included side of one triangle are congruent to the included side is the side between angles. So when I look at these two triangles, I've got a side between two angles. I have angle, side, angle.
Can I go sharpen my pencil?
Hurry. You don't prolong it just to annoy me.
That's what I did last year. I used to break my pencil just to go sharpen it. I remember that.
Oh.
My bad.
Why am I not surprised, Chloe?
Alright, so if I'm looking at these two triangles right here, I have an angle, angle, side, side, angle, angle. So if I were going to prove these two things congruent, I would need to show angle, side, and angle. And you know what? These are... I kind of picked some boring examples today. I actually don't like this one.
Yesterday they were born too.
Yeah, I don't know why. The book starts them out really boring, then they get tougher. But yeah. Oh well. So if I'm going to look at these, if I have angle A, I got to say angle A is congruent to angle D. My side on this one is AC, and it is congruent to DF. And then I have angle C is congruent to angle F. I fixed it. It's an F with a hat.
Is that angle C?
Yes.
Oh, I can read my writing now because my pencil's sharpened.
Okay. So we have angle, side, angle. So we're going to make a two-column proof here in a minute.
On this one?
Very
Wait, Mr. Ricky, on this one? Oh, that's
So we're going to make a two-column proof here in a minute. I'll let you get these notes down though.
I was like A-C-A.
Oh, never mind. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Ouch.
That's supposed to be
Come on, Gucky. That looks like a...
That's supposed to be angle A is congruent to angle D.
What about Los
That looks like an
Angeles?
L. LD now.
Some angle sign.
LD.
These guys showed me a row of dead bodies and I thought it looked like an L. That was my first reaction. She's like, oh, it's a letter!
That's
and I was like,
creepy on
it's a row
several
of dead bodies! I said they. It was for a battle. I said they.
Okay, that's a little better, but still.
First live
It's
show.
creepy that your first thought is not, oh, those poor people.
That was Mr. B's reaction.
Yeah.
I was like,
they.
dang, that's a lot of people. And then she was like, oh, they're a letter.
Yeah, like, hey, they shape an L.
I was like,
Alright,
I didn't care.
so we're going to look at these two triangles here, or actually we're going to look at these three triangles, and we're going to see what two are congruent using angle, side, angle, and then we're going to make, you know what, let's skip the two-column proof because these are all given.
yay.
So we're not gonna do our two-column proof. You guys are actually doing pretty good with these two-column proofs. I'm not real worried about that.
Annoying.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are doing good. So we're gonna skip it on this one. We'll do a few today, but this one's pretty good. So
I already drew all my.
I think I am, unless I forgot to press the
Waste
button.
of freaking
Maybe,
pencil head.
maybe doubted now. Now I'm doubting myself. So let me check.
What? Whole morbid conversation.
Yeah, we're recording. Yeah, I might have to show it to your mom on YouTube.
Yeah, she
Like,
knows. She calls
I
me.
should have a few concerns about your daughter.
Wait, what did you do? I don't know.
Anyway, alright, let's get back to this. So, if I'm going to look at these three triangles here, I can use two of them as angle, side, angle. So, I'm going to go through here. I've got, on this
Oh,
triangle,
I know which one it is.
I'm sure you do, but
It's
I'm going
A
to go
and
over it.
E.
I got angle, side, angle. I got
Angle, side,
side, angle. Yep.
Angle,
Angle.
Angle, side.
Alright, so as we look at these, it's going to be these two, right? Angle,
No.
side, angle,
Right.
angle, side, angle.
No.
As we do these, you've got to be careful. Because what if I looked right here and I went angle, side, angle?
But you skipped a side.
Yeah, we skip. So, when we look through these, we got to be careful. As we go through, we can skip one angle or we can skip one side, but we can't skip more than one. So for example, if I started this angle, I'm going to the side, I'm not skipping anything. Then I'm going to this angle, I'm not skipping anything. That's fine. If I look at this one, if I start at this angle, I can skip a side, that's fine, but I can't skip this angle. I can't skip two things. So I can't go angle, side, angle like that.
Angle, side.
Yeah. We'd have to go, so I could go angle, I could skip the side and go angle, and then go side like that. That's fine. But I can't skip two things in a row. I can't skip both an angle and a side in a row. So even though you could kind of go around, even though it almost looks like you could start here and kind of go around this way to do angle, side, angle, we can't. When we go through, we can skip one angle or one side, but not both. So keep that in mind. So my two triangles that are congruent by angle, side, angle are triangle, let me see, UVS. I'd say UVS, I swear. And triangle, oh, I can't draw today. And triangle EON. Those are my two triangles that are congruent by angle, side, angle. Need a pencil, Pana?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody took the one that I got from this morning.
That happens.
Can you say it again?
What?
Can you say it again?
Say what again?
Huh?
What did you say?
Do you need a pencil, Pana?
No, before
No.
I don't know what you're saying.
Do you need a pencil?
Like this.
That.
Jeez, you're juggling.
The angle UVS, or excuse me, triangle UVS and triangle
Oh,
EON
you need to call.
are before that.
I thought you were laughing at something.
Is it
What were you
equal?
laughing at?
Oh, yeah, they're congruent by angle, side, angle. That's what the question asks. Which two triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle?
Always peace.
So I just listed them both. You could say by angle, side, angle, but we didn't make a two-column proof, so we don't really need to.
Peace.
Peace among the world.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are gonna do one now, and this one is where it gets a little more interesting. So you're gonna make a two-column proof, and I forgot to put my
Peace.
box around this for my in-class part, but that's okay.
The old one.
So I want you to look at this, and I want you to prove triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle. And I'll give you a hint. We have triangle ABD and triangle ABD,
No. That's it.
CD.
That's it.
Nope, wrong
Oh
one.
yeah, it is.
I gotta match up the right one. And triangle CBD.
Ooh, okay.
So on your own, on your paper, I want you to prove these two triangles are congruent. And make sure you read what it says about the given part up here. Because if you just look at the picture, you're not going to be able to do it. You got to look at this given part. So make a two-column proof. Prove the two triangles are congruent. Hey. This one's out, Caleb.
This looks too complicated.
I believe you, Ryan.
Don't believe in me.
Oh.
That's what brings me down.
So go through, make a two-column proof. To start with, make sure you read what it says about given in there.
I don't believe you. I don't believe in you, Ryan.
Okay, that'll give me
Dang.
hope. Yeah, thanks.
Now he has hope.
I have hope.
I
Prove
wish
you wrong.
I wish I had hope.
That's what I like doing, proving people wrong. That's why if you say I have
So-
hope in you, I'm gonna prove you wrong that you shouldn't.
I don't get it though. What does this
I'll
have to
prove
do
you
with?
right that you should.
And I'll give you another hint. You're going to have to think back to last chapter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I'll give you about a minute or so to work on it. Then I'll give you a couple more hints if you're not sure.
I'm not sure. Oh wait. Oh wait, I think I got it. Oh wait, no, I don't. Right?
I don't know how to do this. This seems like
I need to turn my homework.
Don't forget that.
Did you do your homework?
So you got two lines for the editing. That way you know they're not all the same. Remember.
Like this?
No, no, this is.
Pretty much.
Not quite, because we know. Well, we know one of these, right? We know this one.
Yeah.
The same line, right?
Yeah.
But do we know anything about like that part and that side?
What?
No.
How about the top and the bottom? Well, we do know that we got parallel lines, right?
Yes,
Yeah, look,
Yeah. So let's look at those parallel parts.
What did you write on them? Oh, I played TikTok too.
I got
I'll
nothing. We all sit down.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. I saw a couple people got it. Let me give you a little bit of a hint. It says given AB is parallel to CD. So AB right there is parallel to CD. Remember those little little arrow things mean parallel? If I have parallel lines right here, what do we know about this angle and that angle? What do we know about
They're on
those?
the same line.
You're close.
They're
Same
equal.
They're
Congruent.
equal. They're congruent because what kind of angles are they?
Interior.
They are
Vertical.
interior.
Opposite. Interior.
It's something interior.
Alternate.
Alternate interior, right?
Yeah,
When I have
Opposite.
when we
They're
have
opposite.
parallel lines and we have alternate interior angles, they are congruent. So that's a good spot to get started. And then I'll give you another little hint. What kind of angles
right answer, gang.
are this one and this one?
Obtuse?
What?
Those two in the green. What kind of angles are those?
I was gonna say
The good
obtuse.
kind.
The obtuse.
Mhm.
Right angle.
Alternate interior.
They're also alternate interior, which means they're also congruent.
I still.
So let's see if that helps you out a little bit.
That helped me out. No, I don't.
Wait.
Because remember, we're using angle.
Wait, those are both angle G and angle B though, right?
What?
Never mind. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Chloe.
Oh, I had to read. Oh, this your thing. Okay, maybe we should go over this one then, just to remind you guys. Okay, so if I go through this, I'm going to use angle, side angle, because I have an angle, the side right here in the middle, and then another angle. Angle, side right here, and then another angle, right? I know that this angle in the blue is congruent to this other angle in the blue. So if we are going to write that, how would I write this blue angle right here?
Angle B is
Oh no.
Angle
is this-
B
No.
is
No.
everything. Angle B is everything. I don't want everything. I just want that piece, right?
You don't want to know.
so it'd be angle
A.
B. Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have to
I
use
got it.
3 letters. So I'm gonna have to say angle ABD. Angle ABD is congruent to, and I want this blue piece down here, CDB. Angle
Okay.
CD.
CP.
Shush. Try it again. Alright, let me try that again. Angle
How big are
Got you, Caleb.
CDB.
you? Okay.
And my reason is because they are alternate interior. And I'm going to be lazy and just abbreviate it. They are alternate interior angles.
I'm so dumb. I always remember what AI means.
Alternate interior.
Alan Iverson.
I also just said it. So.
Yeah. I've been dumb the whole time. I never knew what
You're
AI
not dumb.
means.
Yeah, right, Tom?
Maybe being lazy and not paying attention.
Well, I've been paying attention, but I
Alright,
get used to
so
it.
keep in mind, as you guys do these, since angle, this blue one up here, it's not angle B, it's this little piece. So when you list these, you gotta list 3 letters, and you have to like outline it. Since we want this blue piece right here, we want that blue piece, I'm gonna outline it,
You got your bro, James.
A to B to D.
Got it back.
That's my outline.
Jay, don't put my snap.
Alright.
No, don't do it. Not in
Okay.
school. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. I have an angle first, and then I've got this side in the middle.
Wait, does it have to go like that?
What do you mean?
You have to have your angle and then your side and then your angle?
No, you need all 3 of them, but make sure you don't get confused and write the wrong
Down
thing.
there, Mr. Close.
Wait, is there an angle, a side, and then a side?
No.
Oh, yeah.
There is something similar, but we call it HL.
Is there a side and then an angle and then an angle?
Angle, side, angle? What we're doing right now?
No, like angle, side,
It's a motherfucker.
side, angle, angle.
It's a
You said
damn.
side angle.
A damn. A
Side, side angle? No. There is angle, angle, side, though. That's our next one. Okay, let's finish this, though, then we'll get to that one. Okay, so I have side DB is congruent to side DB. And let me see, Caleb, can you tell me why that's what my reason is for this one?
Do I have the same line?
Same line, right? Exact same line. That's my same line.
Caleb.
Where's the
Alright.
next World Cup gonna be?
Oh,
And then my next one, I gotta look at my
Oh.
2 little green angles here. And because they are just pieces, I gotta outline them. So I have to say angle.
ABC.
ABC is this whole thing right there.
Oh, damn it.
Outline. We're gonna do
ABB.
this one right here. We're gonna go
DAB.
ADB. Angle ADB is gonna be congruent to angle, and then I gotta outline this one right here. CB.
Ooh.
You taking notes, Juan?
No, Yeah, yeah.
Probably should be. And then my reason is just like my blue one, they're alternate interior.
Artificial intelligence.
Alternate interior.
Artificial
Artificial
intelligence.
intelligence. They're out to get us.
Wouldn't there be
Or
an
amazing
exterior
Indians.
sometime?
Not usually on these kind of
Or
triangles,
amazing
no.
Indian.
We might run into one or two, but not very often. Usually they're
Again?
alternate interior.
Card language.
What else would they be?
We could have
Ooh, how?
same side interior or vertical. Those are kind of the big ones.
I had a chance.
Alternate interior is a big one, vertical is a big one, and sometimes same side interior.
I got a chance to kill it.
Oh, but those are on the same side too, though.
Top position.
Which ones?
The blue and the green.
Yeah, but the blue matches with blue, green with green. Remember, we're going from a piece of my top triangle to a piece on the bottom.
Yeah.
This one and this one are the same triangle. They're both part of the top. I want a piece here and a piece here, on the top and on the bottom.
Huh?
Piece on the top, piece on the bottom.
Don't talk about my mama like that.
I do what I want.
Two.
I'll do what I want. Oh, wow.
All right, and then we have to put in our last piece. We have to give the reason why we did it, and I did it by angle, side, angle. Don't forget, we do need to have this piece right here for it to be completely correct.
No, some.
No,
After lesson?
I didn't tell you to do this.
All right, we are going to look at one more kind, or one more way. My last way I'm looking at is angle, angle, side.
Boring.
So when we look at angle, angle, side, if I have two angles and a non-included side is not between angles of one triangle, and they're congruent to two angles and a non-included side of the other one. We have congruent triangles. So this one is angle, angle, side. So we have four of them now. We did side, side, side. Let me do your color now. We did side, side, side.
Why did you
And-
scribble it out?
Side, angle, side. I didn't want to erase it. Take longer. We did those yesterday. We just did angle, side, angle. And then our last one is angle, angle, side.
Are we gonna have an angle,
Is
angle,
this really
angle?
our last one?
No.
It's going to be a size.
Why
Because
is that?
angle, angle, angle. So if we had A, angle, 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 they would be similar triangles, but they would not be congruent. So basically, if we had angle, 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 they would be the same
is that
shape.
because they could be isosceles?
No, it'd be because they could be the same shape, but one could be like stretched out and the other could be shrunk down.
But then they'd still be.
They would be similar, but not congruent. Remember, congruent means exactly the same size, just different spot.
Plum sugar.
So that's good thinking. Good thinking.
Is it going to be an angle side side?
Side
We
to
call that
angle.
HL.
Oh.
And we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
She's leaving.
Your sister dipped.
She says,
Nasty, that's all I gotta
Hey.
say.
Called out.
Ahem.
He's like, whoa!
Appropriate.
I speak up my
He can't speak. He's all,
He's trying to say
Let's just
it.
move on.
I was trying to say it, but I couldn't.
Alright.
Speak my mind.
So,
that's what I was trying
On
to
this
say,
one,
but
if I'm looking at these two triangles here in the middle, and I'm doing angle, angle, side,
Okay,
I would have to
that's
say
my mind. That's what I was trying to say.
angle B
Yes.
is congruent to angle E, because they are given. I'm not gonna write it. I'm not doing a two-column proof though. I'm just kind of showing the angle, angle, and side. I'd have angle A is congruent to
Angle D.
angle B.
CA congruent to FD.
Yep. And then my last one, my side,
FTD.
CA.
FTD.
Side CA is congruent to side
FD.
FD. Terrible D, but I don't care.
Now I have to do the.
Okay, calm down.
All right. Anybody still working on this?
Yeah.
Tyler, you're not even ready.
Oh, we don't even have to do the next one. It's the same as the one.
Yeah.
we just
So we're gonna skip this one because it's boring. It's the same. They're all given.
I'm still in the game.
Either I
It's
need
like
to change
computer
this.
games.
Let it G.
Yeah, that's why I'm not waiting for him. He's screwing himself over.
Easy there, bud.
Whoa, whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa. Come on.
So, this is your last in-class problem here. I want you to prove these two triangles are congruent. Use a two-column proof. And you can use any method. You can use any method. So, your guys' job on this, before you go and make your actual two-column proof, you need to figure out which of the four methods are you going to use. Are we going to use side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, or angle, angle, side? But I'll give you a hint, you can't use side, side, side.
Could there be angle, angle, angle?
No. Chloe asked that. So if you had angle, 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 it would be, they could be the same shape, but they could be different sizes.
One could be shrunken down and one could be all
One could be like a really
huge.
tiny one. So
It just
like,
wouldn't work.
or here, I'll give you, while you guys are starting, I'll just give you a quick
Wait, Mr.
example.
Golke. Oh wait, never mind.
If, just as a quick example, I got this triangle here, right? So I'm gonna copy, I'm actually gonna duplicate this triangle. So, same triangle, right?
Right.
So if it's small.
Exactly the same right now, but if I shrink it down like this, isn't it still the same shape?
Yes.
But are they congruent?
No.
No, because that one's big, that one's small. So this would be angle, angle, angle. They're similar, which will actually get you in a chapter or two. Similar, but not exactly the same. So they're not congruent. Good thinking, though. I like that thinking.
You know what's
All right, work on this one. And then start by figuring out which method. Or I guess maybe the very first thing. Go through and match
What
whatever
method
you
would
can
this
on those
be?
triangles.
What method would this be? I just did.
Okay.
Angle, side,
So-
side.
You did an angle
I did a side,
on the side.
and then another side.
Have we done that one?
No.
Alright, so let's look, because maybe you put them in the wrong order. So let's look at your triangle here. So, okay, so we've got an angle, right? Okay. And then
Wow.
we got MWKR.
Oh shoot.
Wow.
Hey, no swearing.
Angle,
And then
side.
so the side, shade in the middle, right?
Yeah, so the
So-
side moves.
So is my angle inside?
No.
No. So we actually can't use this. We gotta figure something else out. Because I have angle.
So it might
So
be
I have side angle. I mean, it's not one of the four.
so it would be like side, angle, side, then probably.
But remember, if we have this side, I can skip this angle, but I can't skip side. Remember, I can only skip one thing.
Yeah.
I can skip one angle, but I can't skip a side and a
Wait.
So I need to have this piece. And you're trying to do it. So you gotta use some of the information. And you look here at the givens. And you look right there and figure out. And you got there's a piece in there that's not stated explicitly.
Oh.
So they didn't just go out and say it. You gotta look at it and figure it out.
What is this one?
Dude,
Question is-
bro.
Yeah. Okay, we okay.
If you get it right.
No, I got it wrong.
Yeah, this looks hard.
It is.
So yeah. So what's WR?
It doesn't help at all. All it does is just help your mind open up more, which is already open called games.
Okay, but you're from
Can I go to the bathroom? Go
It's
pee?
possible.
Okay. After lesson, almost done.
Hey,
You have any
ooh, that
information
was so
about it?
close.
kill the
See, when you're playing that game, it opens
Mr.
up
Golke.
your
Yeah, pick
mind
another
more.
one.
Is that right? Okay.
Kills himself. Got nothing. He's still playing.
Even after I shut it off?
I'm the best in the game. I'm the king.
Oh, don't do it, don't do it. He's the king. Wait till he dies. He's gonna die by himself. He's gonna kill himself.
Wait, it just said you were killed.
No, I said I killed someone.
Yeah, kill someone. How are you not king?
Tyler, what are you playing?
Same game.
Same game
Me
as
too.
you.
We
I
know
was
this
in
stuff.
the first place.
Terrible, right?
You could take
But what about
He didn't hit
WR
himself.
and WR?
Do you have the YouTube thing on top right?
So this last piece
Use the computer.
should be WR.
Is yours updated?
They're trying to do computer.
But this is good.
Feature YouTuber Mr. Fruit.
Yeah. That's what
I am gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
That's what I meant.
All right. Oh, that's right. You check those.
Seemed like it would be side angle side, but
Eat his ass.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's gonna be on the recording now. Told that.
no edit, no edit.
It sounds like Tyler died this last video.
Angle
W.
One too many CBDs.
Ooh.
WMR is right there.
Caleb.
Did we already have this one? Yeah, we already have it.
Wait, but is W, so do I have to do WRM?
This computer died
This
on
one
me.
right here. Remember, it's like your outline. So if you want this one here,
Yeah.
so you have an outline if I go MWR,
Oh, okay. I didn't get that part.
and then this one would be K. So that's right, but you just got to rearrange those letters. Okay? Come on,
I'm in first place.
And I set fire to the ring. Aren't you? That's Joe.
All right. To give you guys a little bit of a hint, we've got a couple gibbons up here. We have angle M is congruent to angle K, which we have on there. And then we have WM is parallel to RK, which they didn't label. So to give you a hint, if I put these parallel line things right here, maybe that'll help you out. Remember, every time you see parallel lines, you should be thinking, hey, corresponding. Well, that's right, corresponding was another one that might be in there.
You know what?
Think corresponding alternate interior or same side interior.
It's in my face.
I just did. So check, are there any alternate interior or corresponding?
Yep.
Yep. So I'll give you another minute or so to kind of work on that. We'll go over it, and then that'll be it.
angle on the side.
I can't do that.
And the exit ticket, we have the exit.
Oh yeah. I can hear it.
Listening to his rap music.
What? Your music.
What music?
But then go
I
find
don't
it.
hear anything else.
I wore that shirt yesterday.
For the exit ticket.
Shirt? Yeah. You see me?
So, would it be angle?
Fucker.
Sister has that shirt too.
What happened?
Oh no, like these magnets are like shut up. Try to take them apart.
And then why? I put given.
If they didn't, I should have crossed up those lines. If they weren't in there,
Not
you'd
that
take
hard.
it vertical.
Okay.
Without sliding it.
All right, let's get started.
We trying to write up.
So, you do this one, Caleb? What? Give me a piece, you know, at least.
Oh, I got you right here.
WR
F equals K.
is
Give me a second piece. Okay.
WR equals WR
Yep.
because it's the same line.
So WR is congruent to WR because they are the same line. Yep, that's a piece. All right. Juana, what's my other piece? That you just said?
I said that he said.
What?
I said the same thing you said.
No, you didn't. You said something completely different.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you tripping?
You said M equals K.
Yeah, but that's given.
Yeah, but that's another
What's
piece.
ringing?
Go ahead,
The
ride it.
telephone.
Angle M is congruent to angle K. This one's also because it's, or this one's because it's
I'll be
given.
right there.
Hey, Ash, we're almost
There's
done.
an animal in
Yes.
trouble.
No, Chloe, no. Don't.
There's an animal in trouble. There's an animal in trouble somewhere.
Don't quit your day jobs. Alright, and then let's look. Chloe, help us out. We need something else in here. What's something else we know?
M, W, R, and R, or wait, K, R, W are alternate interior angles.
That's true. So, because we have parallel lines, we have alternate interior angles in there. So, angle
Write this down, Caleb.
MWR
We're missing out on some
is
knowledge.
congruent to angle KRW. And the reason is because alternate interior. So when we look, we are not quite done. We have one last thing. I have to say triangle.
Triangle, WR. What the heck? What are you doing?
Triangle WMR.
Kylie's calling.
Want me to take that phone, Kylie? So help me, I will.
WMR.
Triangle,
and
WMR.
RWK.
RKW.
RKW.
By AAS.
is congruent by angle. We use angle, side, angle.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me. No, I wrote it that way, but I actually
It's
used
angle,
angle, side. Side, angle, angle, and then they shared that side.
Circle.
How do you say?
A-A-S.
Freaking hell, freaking
As.
exit. Oh my god,
Yes.
I'm getting pissed, man.
S.
Like as we go.
You guys are like third graders.
Alright, that's it. Do your exit ticket.
Wait.
Stop, Tyler.
What?
Don't be a child.
Do your
Tyler.
exit ticket.
What
And then alter on Scrative, and then get started on your homework. And I'll double check which numbers.
This ain't hurting me.
Tyler's being a child.